Hi, I'm Professor Stephanie, and today I'm going to demonstrate a really good way to get started with your drawing skills. Let's take time to look at some of the tools you might want to have as you're learning to draw. One is a pencil, and you can see I have what is a 2B pencil. It's very soft and it's easy to erase, so it makes a good pencil to work with. I have two drawing markers here. There are many different kinds of drawing markers, but you're looking for a marker that's going to draw a black line fairly thin, and that's going to be two of your drawing tools. You'll definitely need an eraser. I like to work with a white one, kind of big. You also may want to have a ruler with you. This is a small metal ruler. And you'll also see I have a couple of other tools. One is a 12-inch plastic T-square, and this is going to help us create some perpendicular lines using the edge of your drawing book or your sketchbook. And then I also like to work with a small plastic triangle as we use vanishing points and horizon lines and create perspective boxes. This will be very important. So let's get started and think about this idea of how do you start drawing. I have found that when I have 2 points, a point that I can start with and a point that I can go to, there's a lot of success in drawing. So you're going to see right away when I get started I have 2 dots, and I'm going to go from one dot to the next dot, and I'm actually having my eye move ahead so that I'm not following where I am, but I'm looking to where I'm going. Let's use some of these tools and I'll show you. I use lots of guidelines. So I created vertical guidelines, and now I'm going to create some horizontal points along this guideline. I wanted to show you a little bit about the eraser shield. Let's say I've got my line there is too much. I'm going to take this shield, I'm going to take that opening, and I'm going to erase in the opening where I want to erase, and then I'm also going to leave the lines that I want to leave. Now in the demonstration work I'm going to do, I'm actually going to use a red pen because this is going to show up much easier in the demonstrations I do. So think of my red pen as your pencil, and then you'll also see I have a fairly thick marker. You may not want to work with such a thick one, but this certainly works well for what I'm trying to do here. So let's start again with this idea of a dot to dot. Now look, I've created some guidelines there that will help me be sure I'm going where I need to go. Many people, that's a little off. That's okay. Part of practice is not getting it always right. I want you to really think about not necessarily using your pencil. I mean, not your pencil, but your eraser. Use your pencil, but don't spend a lot of time using your eraser. Let's practice some more lines. We can make some vertical lines here. Look, I missed there. I want to go back and do that. So I've got a shape like that. Can do the same thing here. Now, one thing I want you to notice is that as I'm practicing, I'm letting my marker touch the top line and the bottom line. I actually refer to this as drawing in an architectural style. Got diagonals. Let's put some diagonals up here also. Now, I am not using guidelines, but you can see I am actually using some of the points that are already in this demonstration. Not all my lines are exact, and that's okay with me. I have found that the more I allow myself just to draw, let's not doing too much erasing. Great. Let's put another border around here. Again, I am going to use my eye a little bit to give myself some dots. If you want, you can also go back to having a guide this way. I wasn't too far off. Okay, so now I've got 4 points, and I'm going to take my marker and move it toward the point where I want to go. Okay, so my suggestion is that you take your sketch page and you fill it up with these rectangular shapes. Let's make a square, and this time I'm going to take a ruler, and again you can use your ruler, and I'm going to make some guide points. I'm working with 2 inches here. So, and I can also use this tool to help me be sure I have things where I need them to be. I'm going to do a little estimating here, but you can see I can certainly correct it as I go back this way. I've got to sneak that over there. Again, I'm not going to play around with erasing. I'm going to allow myself to just move forward and to use my time drawing. Here I'm going dot to dot. There we go. All right, and I'm going to practice training my eye to see sort of the same amount of space in between each line. That worked out pretty well. See if I can do that vertically. I'm using my eye. This is a great way to train my eye to see if I can get this. Great. Now let's do some vertical. All along I'm touching the outside edge, and I'm touching the edge that I'm going to. Whoops, I'm getting a little bit smaller. That's okay. Again, I consider myself practicing. I'm just trying out some new ideas. I can go back in here and double up. Look at that. So they can be more the same. So again, the best thing you can give yourself when you're drawing is a place that you're starting and a place that you're landing. So I'm just going to use this as a visual guide. And again, I'm going to go from the left point to the right point. Try this again. Great. So thank you, and have some fun drawing some dots, drawing some lines, and practicing with getting your eye and your hand to coordinate together.